Hi, thank you, and welcome to this edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. I have the pleasure today of having Vincent Verweij. He is the Arlington Forester, and Nort Beckerman. He is our Brain Healthy Coach. Thanks for being with me, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, today we're going to talk a little bit about the air quality in Arlington and how we can help it. And that's why we have you here, Vincent. Talk to us about the importance of Arlington's trees.
So Arlington's trees are probably the biggest thing in Arlington County that you can count on to help your air quality. They are just like they are the Earth's lungs, they are Arlington County's lungs. 40% of our county is covered in trees.
But this is an urban area.
Right.
And that means that in this urban area, we do deal with quite a bit of pollution.
That's right.
So how do the trees help us?
So it is really a two-way street because the trees do filter the air for us. They take in the air because they take in CO2 or carbon monoxide, and they expel O2 or the oxygen we breathe. But they also take in all the pollutants that come out of your cars, out of your refrigerators, out of everything that we have in the county. Unfortunately, that also can affect the tree's health, but they generally do okay. But
it is a great burden on the trees. In fact, I see trees die from time to time, and in storms, trees that aren't healthy are a hazard, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We have to really look for that. Not every tree is appropriate for an urban area, so we have to kind of scale down our tree list sometimes to see what's pollution tolerant and what would not do so well.
Now, as Arlington's doing its urban planning, are you very involved in each project and in consulting with them on the amount of trees that need to be on every site?
Yeah, we have various regulations on replanting after development, and I'm involved with everything from single-family homes that get redeveloped all the way up to large site plans like office buildings or large parks, things like that. And I talk about and prescribe which trees could be used and what would be advisable and what would be not advisable.
What's so interesting about the trees here in Arlington is that it's a labor force that works for us to make this a livable community. It keeps us. Well, let's just talk about some of the wonderful things trees do for us for free.
The list is very long, and our state forester likes to bring out this PowerPoint presentation with 100 different things that trees do. I won't get that far into it, but our trees clean our air for us. They clean our water for us by a stormwater interception. They sequester carbon to fight climate change, and they provide habitat for wildlife, both good and bad, but mostly good.
What about the temperature change in the shade?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's something.
That's a huge thing, and actually a really big thing to reduce our poor air quality is to plant trees in parking lots, because asphalt evaporates, and to shade that asphalt actually reduces the evaporation by about 40%. So you can actually get a lot of things done with trees.
Right, so fair enough. From time to time I get frustrated. I have to rake so many leaves, but I totally love the canopy. I love the fact that it reduces my cooling costs. Mm-hmm. So there are lots of benefits. But let's just talk about, because I don't want to alarm people, but Arlington's air quality is not very good, particularly on very hot and humid days. And I went to the EPA website and I took a look at some of the issues raised by poor air quality, and certainly respiratory health. And we have so many people, adults and children, seniors, that struggle with respiratory health. It's also been attributed to early death. There's a likely harm to cardiovascular health. There's issues with reproductive health, and then this particular issue to the central nervous system and the brain. And that's one of the reasons we have you with us, our expert on the brain. Thanks so much for being with us. Can you just tell viewers a little bit about why it's so important to protect the air quality here in Arlington?
Well, your blood and your lungs are part of, your heart and your lungs are part of the blood delivery system to your brain. Your heart receives the new blood, distributes that out to your brain, the rest of your body. The contaminated blood comes back to the heart where it goes to the lungs. The lungs expel that bad air, and they bring in fresh air. But if the fresh air that they're bringing in is contaminated
With carbon, with particulates.
That's right. It goes back to the heart. That distributes about 20 to 25% of it goes to the brain. The brain has something called a blood-brain barrier, which is supposed to keep out anything that's foreign, but it's very leaky. So a lot of stuff gets into the brain that shouldn't be there. Toxic materials, contaminants, and that can damage brain cells. Brain cells have a function. That function could affect cognitive ability. It could affect memory. It could affect learning, problem solving, reasoning. It could affect any of those. And that means that it could have a serious effect on our kids.
And this is really important in an urban area that's growing, that we consider not just the environment around us, but our own personal health. And so the work that you're talking about, the lungs and the brain doing, our trees could be doing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you work very hard to make sure that Arlington County plants trees on public property, and we have a good number of public property, and we've come a long way. But what about for homeowners?
So we have several projects or several programs for homeowners. Not only do we require developers to redevelop after they build a new home on private property, that's actually something I enforce, but we also have a couple of programs to get trees planted on private property.
And we have a website for arlingtonenvironment.org.
The Arlingtonians for the Clean Environment, which is arlingtonenvironment.org, have a program called the Tree Canopy Fund, through which you can get a tree planted on your property, a landscape, large-sized tree.
And I actually have had that done recently, and I'm taking care of a tree right now. So I hope that viewers will go to that website. If there's a tree that's died or is in need of service on county property, they contact you, right?
I'm one of the people to contact, but I'd be happy to help.
Thank you so much, Vincent, for giving us this information, and thank you, Nort,
Thank
for
you.
filling us in. I want to thank you for watching The Sustainable Scoop. Back to you at the news desk.